Welcome back to our channel. El Chapo is the name we all must have heard once. It is the nickname for Joaquin Archivaldo Guzman Lora, a former drug lord from Mexico and head of the Sinaloa cartel, a global criminal organization. He is regarded as one of the most powerful drug dealers in the whole world. El Chapo is threatening his prison guards in the Supermax, his current prison where he is to spend his entire life. But before that, let's take a look at his arrests and escapes during his lifetime. The drug lord and criminal mastermind Guzman was apprehended by the Guatemalan army on June 9, 1993 in a motel close to Tapachula on the Guatemala-Mexico border as he was trying to escape Mexico because he was wanted by the police. 2 days later, on a military jet, he was returned to Mexico, where he was promptly sent to Mexico's Federal Social Rehabilitation Center No. 1, a maximum security jail. He was accused of narcotics trafficking, criminal association, and bribery, and was given a sentence of 20 years, 9 months in jail. On November 22, 1995, he was sent from the Federal Social Rehabilitation Center No. 1 to the Federal Center for Social Rehabilitation No. 2 in Jalisco, another high-security facility. He was found guilty of the murder of Cardinal Ocampo, the case later dismissed by another judge, drug trafficking, and possession of firearms. Despite being in prison, Guzman's drug business and cartel continued to be controlled without interruption by his brother, Arturo Guzman Lora, also known as El Palo, with Guzman himself still being regarded by Mexico and the United States as a significant international drug trafficker. In order to bribe jail guards and support the drug lord's extravagant lifestyle even while inside, associates handed him cash in the form of suitcases, along with his Sinaloa lawyer, who was accused of bribing Mexican officials on Sinaloa's behalf and securing the release of any cartel members detained. Guzman was indicted in San Diego while still jailed in Mexico on U.S. charges of money laundering and importing tons of cocaine into California. Guzman bribed guards to help him escape after a decision by the Mexican Supreme Court made extradition between Mexico and the U.S. simpler. Guzman's electronically powered cell door was unlocked by prison officer Francisco Camberos Rivera on January 19, 2001, and Guzman entered a laundry cart that maintenance worker Javier Camberos wheeled past numerous doors before exiting the building by the main door. Afterwards, he was transported to the trunk of a vehicle driven by Camberos. Camberos stopped and went into a gas station, but upon his return, Guzman had already left on foot into the night. 78 persons have reportedly been connected to his escape plans, according to authorities. Guzman, according to the authorities, meticulously planned his escape strategy and had access to practically everyone there, including the prison's director, who is currently serving a jail sentence for his role in the breakout. 7 years after reporting the circumstances at the jail, one prison guard vanished, and it is assumed that he was murdered on Guzman's instructions. According to reports, Guzman reportedly paid the jail guards, smuggled contraband into the facility, and enjoyed special treatment from the workers. Police in Jalisco were also bribed to guarantee he had at least 24 hours to leave the state and avoid the military manhunt. In addition to the collaborators who worked in prison, Guzman was allegedly smuggling gold out of the jail that was allegedly mined from rock at the prisoner workshop, according to the tale provided to the guards who were supposed to examine the laundry cart. Guzman allegedly spent $2.5 million on his escape. According to testimony from a former security commander at the Jalisco jail where Guzman made his escape in 2001, he and other prison staff members accepted payments from the former drug lord in exchange for giving him access to a variety of benefits. In his opening statement to the jury in the former Sinaloa cartel leader's New York trial, Damaso Lopez informed the jury that among the privileges Guzman enjoyed while incarcerated in the Puente Grande maximum security prison were new shoes, a mobile phone, and private visits with his wife, brother, and brother-in-law. Lopez, who joined the Sinaloa cartel after quitting his job working in a jail, claimed that in return, he received at least US $10,000, a home worth 1.5 million pesos, and help with one of his son's medical bills. The federal government was looking into corruption at the jail, the witness told the jury, so he left his security post in September 2000. Lopez acknowledged accepting money from Guzman, but he denied any involvement in the 2001 jailbreak that saw Guzman escape in a laundry cart. Guzman was well known among Mexican drug lords for his longevity and ability to elude capture, which he allegedly achieved with the help of bribes paid to federal, state, and municipal officials. Despite the progress achieved in the years following Guzman's escape, including the arrest of a few of his top logistical and security employees, the massive military and federal police manhunt that followed failed to catch Guzman for years. He was Mexico's most wanted man in the years that passed between his escape and arrest. He became a near legendary character in Mexico's drugs mythology due to his evasiveness to police authorities. The Mexican security services coordinated several operations to rearrest Guzman for more than 13 years, but their efforts were generally ineffective since it seemed like Guzman was one step ahead of his captors. Following a Mexican Navy operation using combined intelligence from the DEA and the U.S. Marshals Service, Mexican police arrested Guzman at a hotel in a beachside area of Mazatlan on February 22, 2014 at about 6:40 a.m. On the same day as his arrest, Guzman was detained at Federal Social Rehabilitation Center No. 1. He resided in a very restricted location. There were no windows in the cells, and inmates were not allowed to connect with one another or to contact their families. Guzman escaped from Federal Social Rehabilitation Center No. 1 on July 11, 2015. Security cameras recorded Guzman's final sight at 2052 near his cell's shower area. The only section of his cell that the security camera could not see was the shower area. Personnel went in search of him after security did not see him for 25 minutes on surveillance footage. Guzman had left by the time they got to his cell. It was found that he had fled via a tunnel from the shower area to a neighborhood's 1.5 kilometers away. Guzman descended the tunnel via a ladder that was 10 meters underground. The air ducts, artificial lighting, and premium building supplies were all present in the tunnel. Additionally, a motorbike was discovered in the tunnel, and officials believed that it was used to transport both Guzman's belongings and himself. After a brutal gunfight in the Sinaloa city of Los Mochis on January 8, 2016, El Chapo, the head of the Sinaloa cartel, was captured as a consequence of Operation Black Swan, a combined military operation led by the United States and Mexico. A prominent Sinaloa cartel assassin was the original target of the operation, according to officials in the Mexican government, who added that Guzman was also found there by chance. The operation was organized and carried out by the Mexican Navy Special Forces. Officials from the U.S. government said that members of the United States Army's Delta Force and the U.S. Marshals helped the Mexican Marines on their operation and will work to have Guzman extradited to the U.S. Guzman was handed up to the care of HSI and DEA officers on January 19, 2017 and extradited to the United States to face the allegations. On the 12th of February 2019, Guzman was found guilty on all counts, and on July 17, 2019, he was given a life sentence and forced to pay more than $12.6 billion. He is held at ADX Florence, the most secure Supermax prison in the U.S. The highest security prisons, known as Supermax prisons, are built to house criminals who present serious security risks. Prisoners spend extremely little time outside of their cells, participate in very few activities, and have very limited interaction with other people. No one has ever escaped the facility, known as the Alcatraz of the Rockies, which is situated in the high desert approximately 2 hours south of Denver. Prisoners spend 23 hours a day in constant lockdown in soundproof 7 by 12 feet cells. Staff personnel are thoroughly screened and only sometimes interact directly with prisoners. Each cell has a steel sink and toilet, as well as a bunk, desk, stool, and shelf built of concrete. According to the New York Times, each prisoner's cell has a single window that is 3 feet high and 4 inches wide and allows them to glimpse the outside world. All being said, we believe that the powerful El Chapo is planning new escape plans, and it is likely that prison guards are being bribed and used by him at Supermax. The breaking news with this headline is highly possible. That concludes today's video. If you find it useful, please click the like and subscribe buttons below. Tap the bell icon to ensure that you don't miss any uploads. Share the video and write down all of your thoughts and reviews in the comments. See you in the next one. See you in the next